Hello, and thank you for tuning in. Rose, StampersDelight.com, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from New York. How are you all today? On this beautiful, beautiful weekend we had. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. Hate to see it go away. So hop on, say hi, let me know where you're from. Also, don't forget to share my videos with your friends. The more sharing, the more I can probably do. So hop on, let me know that you're here, say hi, and we'll get started shortly. So, a couple of things we'll start with while we're waiting for everybody to get on. Like I said, I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from New York. And a couple of things I'd like to go over is one of the things that you can do is join my team. And I'd love to have you join the Stampin' Up! Family and my team. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Jill. Linda. Thank you for tuning in. Pam, Susan, thank you so much. Okay, so real quick. Oh, tomorrow's a holiday in Canada. Well, happy holiday in Canada tomorrow. Thank you for that, Geraldine. Hi, Meg. So if you'd like to join Stampin' Up! And my team, I would love to have you. One of the things I always like to tell people is you don't have to do this as a business. You can do it, for the discount. There's a lot of different ways you can join Stampin' Up! In my team and be successful. And I will tell you that I am here to help you, okay? So whether it's a hobbyist or a business for you, there's great perks. Discounts on the products. You can earn, obviously, income. I have my own private Facebook team page. I do one-on-one coaching. Just got done with Janice today doing that. And as far as one-on-one coaching, there is no limit to that. So when you sign up under me, we might have an hour coaching once a week until you feel comfortable doing what you want to do with Stampin' Up! But I'm here to help you, okay? And the best thing was Friday night we did a team meeting. And I know everybody's been using Zoom. I've used Zoom a couple times too, but Facebook now has this great feature where it's almost like Zoom. So we got on our team Facebook page and we could see each other and talk. It was so cool, especially right now during this time. It was great. So if you'd like more information on joining my team, just contact me or go to StampersDelight.com and join the fun. A couple other things I want to mention. Wednesday, I will have more information on my paper share. It's kind of hard to give you the information right now because I can't really show you all the papers that you're going to get because they're not even available to me yet. Most of them are, but there are still some that aren't. So just know that I do a paper share and you get 6x6 pieces of all the designer series paper, not the gold foil paper, but I will have the list out very soon and how you can join that paper share, okay? Also, within the next week or two, I will have my June classes listed for you. Obviously, these are all now online. Oh, Janice is on. Yes, we had a fun coaching this morning. It was great. So nice to chat with you. For the summer, from now probably through the summer at least, all my classes will be online, which is kind of great because a lot of you have joined my online classes who couldn't come in person. And it kind of helped me because it got me to do more online classes. So thank you all for that. So, everybody ready? Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. I can't lie, I really do have coffee in here tonight. It's decaf, and it's got some Baileys in it. Okay. Not that you needed to know that, but, I'm not going to start slurring my words or anything. All right, so let's get started. So if you're ordering through me this month, you want to use this host code. This is my host code for the month. Hi, Matthew. And if it's over $150, you don't want to use that. You want to be your own hostess so you get the hostess points. If you're not sure about that, I can help you. Just let me know. All right. So what I'm going to do, well, let me show you the catalog, even though I can't open it up. This is the catalog, the new catalog, and most of you are starting to get the catalogs now, so that's a good thing. And inside the catalog on page 12 and 13, I think it starts on 11, but Yeah, it starts on 11. There's a thing called Flowers for Every Season Suite. Within that suite are 2 bundles. The Jar of Flowers, which I'll be using tonight, and Celebrate Sunflowers, which I used the other day. So just so to recap that, here were some of the cards from Friday. And this was Celebrate the Sunflower. And that was this set. I am going to use that again tonight, too, for a couple things. So that was this stamp set with the matching dies. So if you get the whole suite, you get both bundles. All right, we're going to put those over there. And the Jar of Flowers, the other bundle, is this one. This is obviously mason jars. And let me just click this real quick. If you can see it back here by my Stamper's Delight pillow, I put those out because those are my mason jars. I actually use those when I have inline classes and I fill them with candy. And one of them says, Create, Inspire. They were little vinyls that Stampin' Up! Used to have. And then I have a ball mason jar over there. So, see, I really do love these jars. Okay, so here is the stamp set Jar of Flowers. It's blurry. Okay, I'm clear on my end. Here, let me just zoom it in a little bit. It may be your internet, not sure. I mean, everybody's is different, Janice, but hopefully it's not blurry for everybody. And here is the punch. So it's the mason jar punch. Okay, that's what we're going to be working with. So first what I'm going to do is bring in some cards that I've done with that. And also, those are all something new. Here's the something old that it goes so well with, is the Varied Vases. Now the Varied Vases is being retired, but the punch that goes to it is sticking around. I love this set because I love these little sayings, because they're just the right size. Just perfect, okay? Oh, thank you, Nathan. It's clear on your end. It's clear on Joanne's. Okay. You just never know whether it's my internet or somebody else's. You know, everybody's is different. So this is the something old. So we already showed you the Jar of Flowers. That was something new. And I'm going to be using some of these pieces or showing you how they coordinate with that. Okay. So the first one is actually using both the something old, which is the flowers and the birthday wishes, with the new Jar of Flowers and the Designer Series paper. Now the Designer Series paper, which I've shown before, is this. How gorgeous. And of course it's two-sided. And then we have the Memories and More cards, which I've showed you. And the cards and envelopes, bases and envelopes that go to that. And you'll be seeing more of those too. And then, of course, in the catalog, we do have the large, white, and small envelopes. And you'll see a little bit more of that in a moment. So what this was the Designer Series paper. And then I just distressed all these pieces. This is the new colors. Magenta, Marvelous Magenta. I'm not sure of that one yet. Oh, it's right here. Let's see let me call it the right thing, right? Magenta Madness. Okay, so let me bring that up close. And here's the flowers from Varied Vases. Look how great it goes with the jar, mason jar, right? And then inside, hoping your day blooms with happiness. Again, the sayings in the Varied Vases are perfect with the mason jar. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one I have, and this is really cool. Well, I'll hold that for a minute. This one is made with the new card bases, the Memories and More, and of course the jar and these flowers here. And this is with blends. Now, I will tell you that I made a mistake. And I just realized that after I did all the stamping, so I'm only telling you, and if I don't tell you this, you probably wouldn't even know it, but I am telling you so that when you get this set, you do be careful. That right there is the bottom of the stems, and those are the top. I put them on, and I kept flipping it around wrong, but actually you can't tell the difference. So if you do it upside down, it doesn't matter. So where there's no tops here, that's the top of your stems, and where there's a line here, that's the bottom of your stems. Now that I told you that, you'll see all my mistakes. Okay, so this card is done with the Memories and More card pack. a piece of designer series paper, the stamp set, colored in the blends, and of course the jar and the ribbon, the baker's twine that goes with it. And then this is a sticker cutout from here, from the Memories and More. So I would tell you, if you love these cards and you love both Friday and Today, just go for the whole suite because you get it all. Okay, and then of course inside I even used one of those die cut stickers. So it says Beautiful You. Hi Kathleen, hi Kathy, hi Joyce, hi Fran. So there's my second card that I wanted to show you. Now there's no dies for these, so you do have to fussy cut them. That's my second one. Okay, let's see them. Here's another one using the Memories and More. And then, of course, I did the envelope with I had a little piece left, so I made a matching envelope. And what that is one of the cards, one of the Memories and More cards. And then this greenery here is from the Celebrate Sunflowers. Those are dies. And I just added that, along with the sticker that comes with the Memories and More cards. And I used the saying from Celebrate Sunflowers. Note that you are loved. Just a cute little note card I can send somebody. Now, when you use this punch, you're punching out designer series paper. Let's just show. I mean, you're stamping, and this is something I'm going to show you. You're stamping your mason jar, and then you're punching it out. Well, let's say you're punching out some designer series paper. You get these cute little guys. Okay, so you have tons of these. So when you see what I did and why I'm showing you this, you'll know in a minute. Okay, so you're going to save all those pieces because you can use them. So let me show you this card first. It'll make sense. So this card, I punched out the designer series paper, which left me with a piece of, left me with this. Okay, and you can use that. And I'll show you how in a minute. Then I have these cute little mason jars so that you can make shaker cards. See little mason jars? Okay. This is all this part of the suite. So, and this is the bow. I'm going to show you that again too. And of course I'm using the Lovely You stamp set from the new catalog. So I punched a hole in the designer series paper and then put that little mason jar in there and made a little shaker card using this gems that also go to that. They may go to the other set, I'm sorry, but they're in the new catalog. The flowers, let me see, what are they called? I'll find them real quick, hopefully. Everything has new names and we're trying to get used to everything. So these are the Flowers for Every Season gems, and they go to the flower greenery set that I did. But you can see you can use them for, I didn't put that many in because I was running out. You can make them into a shaker card. So when you open this up, it goes like that. So it's a shaker card, Z-fold card. Okay, so you want to put a hole there, and you put that little jar there and make it into a shaker card. Okay, so now you got this little piece left, right? And I was playing around with this quite a bit, so I had a lot of these little pieces. So let me show you what I did with all of those. I'm going to show you real quick. I mean, I've got glitter ones. I've got plain ones. I've got some more flowered ones. So as I'm playing with these, I'm saving all these jars, right? And I came up with a cute little card using the jars, because you have a little stamp here for the lid. So instead of having flowers come out of it, I just have lids on them all. And I have some cute little flowered jars. And it's just a cute little saying, smile. And again, this is the designer series paper. And this is actually Memories and More card back here. And the designer series paper. And I used the new embossing folder back there. I don't know if you can see it, to give it some texture. Oh yeah, it's a really fun set. And then look at this. Instead of stamping on the inside, this again is a Memories and More card. So smile and embrace today. I just thought the colors went well with the flowers. And you can use those little cards for the inside of your cards too. Okay, so that's another one I did. Now, before I get showing you anything else, I want to show you something that I found on Oriental Trading. And they also have them in Walmart online. Wait till you see this. These are bags. They're little mason jar bags. Now, these, of course, have hearts on them, so they look more like for Valentine's Day. Look, they got a little, it's a Ziploc. It's a Ziploc bag. Okay. So you can put some little treats in there. Now, the hearts, I'm thinking they're probably Valentine's Day leftovers, maybe. But I did find plain ones on Walmart.com, but they won't be until the end of the month, and I didn't want to wait. So, let me show you what I did with those. I ordered a bunch of these because I'm having my open house. A totally different way of my new catalog open house for this year. People are coming at a certain hour, and it's all going to be outside. But I like to make little goodie bags or little gift bags. So what I did was, and I didn't have any candy in the house right now to fill it. So I would put a couple of candies in this little mason jar Ziploc, right? And then I just used the jar and the blends and colored it in. And of course the lovely you stamp set and heartfelt. Now I could have added a little heartfelt thanks, and I'll give one of these out. And I added some ribbon. You see the pink ribbon back, the pink color back there blends in with the red. So I'm just going to give these out to everyone that comes to my new catalog open house. Isn't that great? I know, the jars are so cute. The DSP, yes, the DSP makes adorable cards. So that was another one I did. Okay, so a couple of things I want to show you first before we get started. Okay, so here's your mason jar. And this is really cool because these are reversible. Now, for people that don't know what reversible means is, I'll show you. You can stamp this right here. Okay, and then we have this other stamp, which is for the inside, but you don't want more lines in there, so you can take the flat side and use that, and I'm going to use Pool Party, and make it look like there's water inside. So you would just put that right in there, and now you have water or colored liquid in your jar. Okay? And then you would just punch it out. That's what they mean by reversible. So let me show you something else. So there's my first one. There we go, another one I'm keeping. Okay, so I am going to turn around and I'm going to ink this up, just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to stamp it off a few times, get it off there. And I'm going to reverse this one. So now my image is on my block. I haven't done this yet. I'm trying it out. And I'm just going to ink that up. Am I in camera view? No. Okay, so there. I'm going to ink that up. And I'm going to lay it right on top here. And just lay it down. And there you go. Now I have liquid color in my whole jar. That's what they mean by reversible. So that you can use both sides of those stamps. And then I can just punch that out. So now I have another jar to use. I'm telling you, I'm loving these little jars. Okay. So I just wanted to give you that little tidbit before I bring in what I'm going to do next. Okay. So I'm going to bring in a couple of things here. I'm going to bring in some new Misty Moonlight. I'm going to bring in something new. Something old is my glitter paper. And then I've got some new designer series paper. And I've got two of these little guys. Now, the reason I'm doing this, well, I'm using two different ones. I might switch them up, but I'm not showing you the finished. Oh, let me show you the finished product first. Let me show you the first one I did, okay? And then we'll do this one. So here's the first one I did. Now this one, something old, is the gold glitter paper, which is going away. You want to get your glitter paper. But here's something else. Remember I used those new doodads. These are the iridescent sequins. Can you see those? Look at the colors in those. They match this paper perfectly. Those are the iridescent sequins. So for that shaker card, I used those instead. And I used the watercolor pencils because remember I did a little watercolor pencils on Friday. So I'm going to do some more watercolor pencils, but I'm going to use the blender pens. I didn't use those on Friday. So this one looks like the shaker card that I just showed you, right? Except for see how I have that. But this one is actually on the inside of the card. Okay, so it just says just because. And when you open it up, there's actually the shaker card on the inside. What do you think? Okay, so let me show you how I did that one. So here's my pieces and here are my colors, okay? First what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do this quickly just because for those of you who haven't used the watercolor pencils, all right? I'm going to color as fast as I can. I might not do all of them, just so you can see how to use these. Okay, so let's start with a pink. This is Melon Mambo. So I'm just going to color. And the nice thing about the watercolor pencils, they're nice and soft, and you don't have to be perfect. And I'm just going to color. You don't have to color every little nook and cranny because you're going to blend those. Okay. So, and then I'm going to bring in a blue just to tie in that blue. So this is Pacific Point. I'm going to add a little blue here. Okay, what else do we have? We got some yellow. Here's my yellow, so we'll add a little yellow here. So I'm making it match the colors in this. So let's go with this too. Let's do some yellow here. Might as well color them both up at the same time. You can color pretty fast. Well, I'm actually coloring faster probably than I would normally color. Let's do a pink one here. Pink one here. Just so I can tie in all the colors. Again, these are our watercolor pencils, which are in a catalog. They don't come in a tin like I have. These are the old ones, came in the tin. I got rid of the old colors and put my new colors in there. And then I'm just going to bring in my green. For this, it's Garden Green. I'm going to add the greenery. You can see I'm not being real fussy, worrying about staying in the lines. Just adding some green there. And let's do a little grass down here. Or not grass, it's stems. And I'm just putting some color there because I'm going to blend it all together. When you get these little images, don't worry about staying in the lines. It's watercolor. Watercolors are meant to be spread out. I got one more color in there, so let's use, let's see, I got a red here. Let's bring in a little cherry cobbler. Just do a little bit more deeper red. Okay. All right, then you're going to use your blender pen. This is regular white cardstock. You can use regular, you can use thick Whisper White, or you can use watercolor paper. The difference is when you're using regular white or thick Whisper White, you don't want to keep blending it and blending it and blending it because it will start fraying. You're going to do it just very gently, blend it, okay? All right, so now what I usually do is I start with my lighter colors and I'm just blending it up, you see? And I'm not worrying about staying in the lines. If you ever look at a watercolor picture, a lot of them aren't in lines. Okay, then you're going to wipe it off and go to your next color. So I guess probably the pink is the next one. You don't have to go in order of the colors like light to dark, but I think it helps. Now, again, you see how I'm blending fast and quick and it's blending up nice? If you went over that like 6 or 7 times, then yes, your paper would start balling up. You don't want to do that. but you can use the watercolor pencils on the thick white or the regular white, which this is, or you can use it on watercolor paper. So let me just bring that in. So you can see these are the ones I blended. The blue is not done yet. Okay. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do up the blue one. Here, let me do half of that and show you the difference. Okay. Let's see if I can get it in camera. There it's blended, and there it's not yet. Okay. So we're just going to go into that. Go into these. Change my color just by going like this. I'm going to bring in the greens, and I'm just going to blend that up. I'm not worrying about staying in the lines, especially when you get to these little guys. I'm just kind of like blending it real quick. That one's done. Now this one I had a little red in there, so I'll do the green next. So I don't. Just going to blend that up. Blend some of that up. Add some green here. And then just go ahead and blend the red up. And there's my colors. There's my little flowers all blended up. That's all there is to, and always make sure you do this. Whenever I use my blender pens, you see I'm cleaning this one off. But when I go to use it again, I'll do the same thing just to make sure there's no color on it. That's how you use the blender pens and your watercolor pencils. Now, for this card, let me show you how I cut these because I want to. Now, I have this card base, which of course is 4 1/4, right? The next piece is 4 inches by 5. 4 1/4, this is 4 inches, and this is 3 3/4. I'm talking about this way. Now, if I layer them up, you're not going to be able to punch the punch through 3 pieces of cardstock. You could try to measure it, you know, by using a pen or something like that, but let me show you an easier way. I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus, and I've already made these. But what you can do is you can make templates. And these are, you can always reuse these. I chose Blueberry Bushel because I had a leftover piece. So this is the same size as this piece right here. All right. So I'm going to fold that. I'm going to put that in here. Now I know where I need my jar, because I already have a template. So I'm going to take my jar, and I'm going to lay it right down in that hole. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and press that. Bring it up. Now I'm going to take my Memento Black. It doesn't matter what color I'm doing because I don't need it. I'm going to actually cut it off. But that's what's going to give me another jar to use somewhere else. So I'm just inking it up. I'm tapping it. Don't even have to be real good because I'm punching it out. And I'm just going to press that down. Okay. You can see I didn't get the whole thing, but I don't care because I don't need that. It's a template. I just need that so that I know where I'm punching my punch. So it'll be lined up with my card. Okay. All right, so the next piece I need is the 4x4. So this needs to go, well, this is actually for the inside. Oh, nope, this is the pink. Okay, this is the 4x4, which is going to layer here. Sorry. Okay, so this is the 4 1/4. So that one, whenever I have a punch, I make myself templates. It's the easiest way to do it. Whoop. I'm not going to be able to tell my magnets from my paper. You see that? Okay, we're going to put that right there. Put that one right there. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to put my template on there. Okay. For this one, I'm going to turn it over because I'm not going to be able to see it when I ink it. So I am just going to put that right here. I'm going to ink that up again. In case you didn't see me ink it, let me just show you. So there he is. I'll take this off. I'm going to lay him right inside, whoop, right inside here. Okay, so there it is. Don't care if I get anything on it. That's the back side. I'm going to lay that right in there. Come on. And press it down. I don't even have to ink it up. Look, got ink on it already. And that's all I need is just a mark to know where to punch that out. So I'll just move it off and use that one. That's my other template. I'm going to bring that in. And hopefully I'm doing this straight. Because I'm doing it so you can see it, and then I end up doing it crooked. Okay. And I'm just going to punch that out. Now guess what? Now I got another little one to use. Okay. So this is going to layer right on there. Nice, right? There's my little hole. Okay. Now my smallest piece is going to be my designer series paper. And for this one, I'm also going to do it the same way. I'm going to do the back side just in case. Now remember, I don't care if I get ink on that because you're not going to see it. So I'm just going to layer that right in there. Bring that door down. I could see it enough where I could stamp that. But if you, I mean, you can put more ink on it if you wanted to, but there's enough ink on there where I can see where I need to punch that out. So let me bring that out. And I'm just going to take my layers here again, and I'm going to keep those because I'll use those again, I'm sure. Let's move him out of the way. And now let's bring that punch in and punch that one out. Okay, so here we have the first one. Now it's going to layer up nicely. All right, so I already did my other one here. You need a fourth. So what you need is you need to do it on your base, and I'll put the sizes down. But you know I always use the same size. You got your base. You got your 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. Then you've got your 3 3/4 by 5. I'll add these later. And then you're going to use another 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. Okay, so let's just layer that up first, just so I don't lose any pieces, because you know how I am about losing everything. I'm just going to snail that down. And I am using a lot because it is heavier paper. Remember, this is going away. This is something old. I'm going to layer that right up. Match it back up. And I got to pull it down a little bit towards me. Sorry. So I can hopefully get it without being crooked. Okay. I think that's good. And then this piece, of course, is going to go right on there. The great thing is if you have a little piece that got, you know, needs to be chopped off, you can do that too. Okay, so we're just going to add that. I'm going to go ahead and layer that up. I just want a little bit of that showing. Okay. This piece is actually going to go on the inside, but you know it's got to go in there first. There's one of these cute little guys right here. So what I'm going to do is first I want to make sure that it's going to close right. I don't have to trim anything. And if you have to trim something, you can. So that's going to close pretty good. There's a little bit right there that sticks out. So what I could do is just go in there and trim that little piece off. It's not, I mean, it's not 100%. So let me just, there's a little piece that's just not, it didn't quite get there. Just that tiny piece right there, and that is holding it up. So, all right. So let's see if this closes better. I mean, it worked fine, but it did. There we go. It sets down better. So there's your there's your jar. All right. So now I am going to take another piece of Whisper White, and you don't need a full piece. You can use a half a sheet. I have a full sheet though, so I'm going to use that. Actually, maybe I will cut it in half. Save paper. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this in half. Doesn't have to be perfect because you're not going to see it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is get my grubby hands out of the way. I'm going to take this off. Peel this piece off right here. I'm going to bring that in, and I'm going to lay that down. Okay. Now right here, that piece has to go on there because now I have to stamp my image. So I'm going to grab Garden Green. I'm still green. My screen is still green, so that's a good thing. And what you can do is you can take a little marker. I have a green marker right here, so guess what? You know what? I'm just going to put a little green, so subtle dot right there. Yeah. And that's where I'm going to stamp. I want to make sure that I stamp the right place. Okay. So I'm going to stamp this right about there. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is going to go right over that. Pretty good, huh? Okay. So I'm going to bring in my watercolor pencils again real quick. Just the green one. And I'm going to add some color here. My blender pen. Thanks, Geraldine. You're still there. Great. Okay, and I'm just going to add some color here. And this is going to get glued down by this. But I want some sequins or flowers or something. I mean, not flowers. Gems in there. Let me show you how I do this. You can put the gems in here, but then you got to lay that down. So what I do is I just take a nice, generous bit. Keep them piled up right in the middle. You see how they just fell over there? You got to scoop them back up, and you got to push them right together. You want them right in there. Okay? And let's just put a little snail up at the top here and around the bottom. You can do that before you put the gems on there. You just want to keep your gems in place. Now you're going to peel this off, and you're just going to lay that down. Okay, I got it right about there. Okay. And there we go. And there's your shaker. Okay, so now we're going to bring in our things that are flowers. So this one is going to go right here, but I'm going to wait until I actually put the inside together first because you want to know where you're going to lay that. Okay, so I'm going to play around with these two. This one you can see I did the sunflowers, and I did the sunflowers on the inside too. This one I want to do a little bit different. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I have that right. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a lot of snail on here, or tear tape, or whatever adhesive you're using. Okay. And this should layer up real nice. Put that right through that little window first. Make sure I get them straight, which is kind of hard when I'm on camera, so I'm not going to press him down yet. I want to make sure he's in there. Yep. Okay. Now I can press it down. There we go. Okay. This one's going to go right here. And I'm not going to use dimensionals. I'm just going to glue that down. Okay. So that's the inside of the card. And on the outside for this piece, I want this to pop up. Okay, so for this one, Just press that down a little bit. Make sure you got it down good. I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Which are right here. Amazing. I haven't lost anything yet. I shouldn't say that before the video's over, huh? Okay, so let's grab some dimensionals. And Janice, I hope you're still on with us and you like the watercolor part in the blender pens. Okay. And I might take your pick tool. Nope, I didn't lose it. I'm doing good. Haven't lost anything. I'm so proud of myself. Okay. I'm going to lay that right there on dimensionals. Look at that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bow. Okay, now remember, I'm going to do the flat bow here, okay? I need at least 12 inches. 12 inches of ribbon. Okay, you ready? Flat bow again. Pinky, thumb to hold it down. Wrap it twice around your two fingers, like this. Between my two fingers, like this. Looks like a little tongue. Pull it out, and you got a loop right here. This little piece has to go under that loop and out. You could probably use longer than 12 inches. It would be easier, but under that loop. And pull it. I'm trying to do it so you can see it. Okay, so then you're going to pull that piece. That tightens it. You're going to slide it off. And the same one that you tightened on your fingers is the one that tightens it up here. You just want to make sure that that knot stays in the middle, and then you can play around with it. Okay, so you want to do it again? I'll do it one more time. Actually, I'm only going to do one loop. Okay, so it's the same way. Hold it with your thumb and your pinky. Wrap it around once. So you have once. Go through here. So you only have one loop at the top. Under. And pull it. Pull it tight. Okay? That went a little bit easier because I have only one loop and it was long enough for one loop. And there you go. Now we're just going to cut that. And I might make that a little bit smaller. Then you just play with your bow until you get it. Nice flat bow, which will lay really nice right here. I'll trim my tails in a minute. That's going to lay nice and flat right there. So for that, I'm going to use some glue dots. I'm going to lay 3 of them, or tear tape would work too. But since I have my glue dots here, I'm just going to use 3 glue dots right across the top there. I'm going to lay my bow right on there. And then if I want to trim those tails, I can. This one I'm going to trim just a tad so it's pretty close to that one. There's your shaker card. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, this one says just because. I think I'm going to bring in a bigger, let's see, do I have a piece that'll fit this? I'm going to try this one. Let's see if that's not wide. That's too wide. Let's see if this one works. How about thanks a bunch? All right. So this one, until we get the new Magenta Madness color, I've been using Melon Mambo. And that seems to be a good color. I'm going to see if this fits on this piece that I already had cut. Ooh, it does. Okay, so we're going to use that. I'm going to put that right up here. So I'm just going to cut it off. You know what? I'm going to cut it off at an angle, just be a little bit different. Not using any punches or anything like that. Oh, thanks, Yvette. Oh, yeah, the bow trick. I've been doing that. I did that Friday, too. I'm loving the different bows. Different ways to make them. It's like my passion now. I like the flat ones sometimes because sometimes you need a flatter bow. You don't want a big knot there. Okay. And I am going to put thanks a bunch. Let me just bring this down a bit so I can see what I'm doing here. Thanks a bunch. And there you have another shaker card. And of course I'll have still shots. So when you open that one up, it's on the inside. And then you can write your little message in there. Okay, we got a couple minutes yet. I wanted to do one more thing. And then I'll recap. I'll bring everything back in for you. But I haven't been doing this lately. So I want to show you a quick... Now this is 12 by 12. So let me move this camera down. Okay. So you can see this whole piece. So I haven't updated my scrapbook page. Yes, I have a Facebook scrapbook page too, if you're interested. And I want to show you how easy it is to make a great scrapbook page using the sunflower set, which is part of this. Okay, so let me grab my large one. Here it is. And I'm going to do this real fast. I'm going to bring in crushed curry. Now I am going to, it is going to kind of block the table here, but okay. I'm just going to stamp the big guys all over here. So if you'd like to join my scrapbook page, and please feel free to share on my Stampers Delight group page or my Stampers Delight scrapbook page, definitely, you know, share your ideas. That's what they're there for. So I'm just going around it, adding some big flowers here. Then I'm going to add some of the smaller ones. I just want some border. So now I got a nice border of sunflowers, right? Okay. So I'm going to bring in a couple of things here. I am going to bring in a piece of our cinnamon cider and then some of our new bumblebee. The cinnamon cider is going to go right in the middle here. That's why I didn't care, you know, I mean, it's just a border. And I'm going to lay that down. Well, I was going until my snail gave out, so let me just switch that. This is just a... Oh, yes, definitely share your projects on my group page, the Stampers Delight group page, or the Stampers Delight scrapbook page, which is, you know, for scrapbooks. This is the only page I don't really... have people sharing anything because it's my business page. But that's what those group pages are for. They're to share. Okay? Share your ideas. I'm just going to put this right in there. I'm going to lay that right in the middle. Okay? And then I've got these pieces of bumblebee. So I'm just going to randomly... This one needs to be cut. So let me bring in my paper trimmer so I can cut this. You know, it's amazing. It was such a nice weekend, and I just feel like I have so much more energy when the weather's nice, don't you? Whoop. You have a new granddaughter. You have a new fan, your granddaughter, Chloe. She's 11. Well, hi, Chloe. Shout out to Chloe. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this at 4 inches. They're random sizes, too, okay? So maybe put this one this way and this one this way. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just going to... Now, this is some matting for some pictures. How easy is it to make a scrapbook page, right? I know a while ago I said I was going to do one every time I do my lives, and I've kind of got off track here. Yes, sun does wonders. I mean, I just felt like I had so much energy this weekend. Okay. Now, how about this? Remember our little guys here? The ones that we already did. And I am just going to take, let's see, where's the other one? Here's another one. And what I'm going to do is, thought I had some, oh, I do, right here. Let's see. I have some, this is some scrap paper. Well, it's not scrap. I'll be using those tags, but watch this. I'm just going to bring in, this is left over from a paper pumpkin. I'm just going to bring that in and punch that and get the top piece of that punch, okay, for the jars. And this happens to be just like our new sheets. It has stickers on the back, if I can get them off. Sticky. If not, I'll just glue it down. There we go. So I'm just using that. I'm going to put that right on there for the top of the jar. The same thing with this one. Yes, definitely go back to your scrapbooking. I know I have so much to scrapbook and you just never have enough time, right? Okay. And then we can just lay these maybe right in the middle here. Yeah, I like that. Cute little jars. Maybe we'll pop those up on some dimensionals. What do you think? Where did I put those? Still didn't lose anything. They're here. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a couple dimensionals. I think I'll pop one on dimensionals and one not. Okay. Oh, well, I guess I'm doing all of them since I already put them on there. All right. So let's put some little dimensionals here. Let's figure out where we're going to put these. I thought I was going to do it this way. Yeah, I am going to do it. I'm going to put it one there. And one here. Maybe up a little bit more. Yeah, just random. Look at that. Cute little scrapbook page. Let me see if I can bring it down a little bit so I can get more of it in. Oh, wrong way. Okay. Guess that's as far down as it goes. Cute little scrapbook page with some leftovers. I mean, really a scrapbook page. I was using scraps, right? These were scraps, sort of. This was scraps. So, I hope you enjoyed tonight's video. I will be back with you on Wednesday for Whatever Wednesday. I will bring in those cards again so that you can see them. And I will be taking shots of them and adding them to the page and also to my blog. Okay, so we made a couple of shaker cards here today. You can't help but make shaker cards with these cute little guys. And then we have some more mason jars with the flowers. Guess I should bring that back up. And of course, using the varied vases. The Memories and More cards. And our cute little... Whoop. See, I have these strips ready to make the envelopes. And our cute little jar bag. So... the envelopes, I'm sure you've all seen that. Let's see, for this card, for instance, I'm going to bring in this one. Since this is designer series paper, when I cut it, I have this strip left over. You know we like to have our envelopes match. I just use that last piece right up here. The reason I do that is because I used to save those pieces for another project, and then I ended up having way too many of them left. So if I use that extra piece while I'm making the cards, I now have a totally finished project. So I'm just going to snip that over here. There we go. So now I have the matching envelope. And I'll be doing that with the rest of them. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's video. I thank you for all tuning in. I hope you had a great weekend. Have a great Sunday evening. Have a great week, and I'll see you back here Wednesday for Whatever Wednesday. Keep on stamping, Stampers. Bye.